Today is Tuesday, June the 2nd. I'm Lynn Keefe, Director of General Services. Glad to be with you today. I'd like to talk a little bit about some things going on in and around the campus. For our General Services team, you may have noticed that if you've seen some folks, we are divided into a blue and green team. So we have half of our team here some days, and on those days the other team is not here. So our team continues to work together to deliver the services to you, and our staff is so appreciative as they move through the hallways and they see your signs on the door thanking them for their service. It really lifts their spirits, so we thank you for that. Couple items as we progress through our COVID activities. Our team continues to pick up trash and recycling 5 days a week. Mondays are particularly challenging. Unfortunately, our carrier, Waste Management, does not provide weekend service, so that Monday morning trash makes for a big load. We are looking at how we can get that picked up as quickly as possible, but as I said, we're working with a smaller team to accomplish that. So we thank you for your assistance. If you're having trouble, please give us a call. Let us know how we might assist you. Our team and other employees across the community whose normal job function isn't happening right now have been working with us both at the gatehouse as screeners as well as our concierge program. And just a couple reminders. We remind our staff the screening occurs every day. They ask every question, and it's for everybody who passes through the gate. And we thank those folks who are out there in good weather and bad. But just a reminder, if you have a question or a concern, you can always ask us. But the screening program is thorough in that everyone should be asked, everyone should have their temperature checked. That is true of our vendors who come on staff to provide routine or repair maintenance service at this time. We are continuing the no non-essential visitor policy. For those of you who believe you have an essential visitor, you can contact your social workers as they are managing that hotline, and they will work with you to accommodate an essential visitor. An essential visitor is someone who is providing a hardship service, perhaps end of life, or assistance with activities of daily living. Some of the things you'll see around the community at our front desks, you've already probably noticed the sneeze guards that are in place, and we'll be managing some additional plexiglass in front of our front desk communications specialists. In the coming weeks, you'll see signage added. We want to assure that everyone stays healthy and well. There will be reminders for you to maintain that 6-foot distance between you and whomever you are speaking with. The plexiglass assists with that, as well as keeping that distance, wearing your mask, of course, and also your own personal protection through hand washing and hand sanitizer. You'll also see some reminders for no congregating. And this one's a hard one for our staff as well. We don't have all of the furniture returned to our clubhouse because we want to discourage that. It's difficult, it's not our nature, but we ask you to continue to practice that, whether you are conversing with a staff member in the hallway, maintain that 6 feet. So if you see a staff member backing up, that's their attempt to be able to do that. So we thank you for working with us. Couple other areas for no congregating. We had some folks who wanted to utilize the gatehouse area as a point to meet someone who might be dropping off, and that's really a safety concern, so we ask you for your assistance in allowing our staff to receive any packages, and they will bring those to the concierge and then to your apartment just as quickly as possible. For our maintenance and engineering teams, of course, they're still here on campus and maintaining our systems as we need to, any emergency repairs that occur. And as we move towards phase 1 reopening, they will continue to address any backlog of routine maintenance. One of those I've heard from other residents is the filter change. We do that twice a year, and unfortunately we had to postpone what was originally scheduled for the March-April timeframe. When we get to phase 1, we will be rescheduling that and getting that started just as quickly as possible. As always, if you have concerns about your systems or perhaps you think it's not running appropriately, give us a call at General Services 604-4610, and of course we'll assist you. Some of the other projects that folks are interested in: the new parking deck. It has been completed structurally, and all that remains is for us to identify the reserve parking spaces, and that is being scheduled, and we hope that in the next couple weeks we will have that completed. I know folks are eager to utilize that new deck, and we want to do that as well when it's safe for folks to move about. At the same time, we'll also be rolling out a reminder of our parking program, what the designations look like, so that we have clear communication and expectations. So look for that. I know folks are eager to get in that new and additional parking that we have there. You'll also see in the coming weeks some low pressure washing. Some of this is carryover from what couldn't occur last fall because the weather got really cold and they couldn't quite finish. So there are some areas on the front facades of buildings that you'll see the crew, probably just 1 or 2 individuals, completing that. You'll also see our grounds team with their tank truck both watering plants throughout the campus, but also doing pressure washing in the areas that we can access that aren't up at the high levels or don't require roof rappelling. So you'll see some of that activity, and you should have notifications prior to if they're going to be working in or immediately outside of your apartment. Some of you may have noticed, if you've been in the parking decks, our LED conversion program has occurred, so you might notice that it's a little bit lighter in some of those garages. So thank you for those of you who have noticed that has occurred. And at this time, we are also evaluating the capital projects. Obviously, all work stopped, and as we look to restart very slowly, we will also be evaluating what we're going to be able to do, when, and how quickly we can restart. I see a lot of video going on about that new parking deck. Those of you with the view from Hampton Place and Jackson Court, I know kept us up to date as construction continued. So you see that bird's eye view that you're seeing right now. One of our other projects that we've got some feedback on as well, and this time very positive feedback. We've talked for months about the landscape overhaul or landscape repositioning. As a community who's 20+ years old, our landscape needed a bit of a refresh. So right now you're seeing the flower beds right at the Parkway and Spring Village Drive. Those beds were overhauled, everything dug out, replanted, and right now what you're seeing is the spring planting. These beds have flowers that will change in color and texture throughout the seasons, but it's really a refresh, and it certainly was long overdue. That is continuing throughout the rest of the campus. You'll also see the beds that are redone at the entrance to the community. That's right at Hampton Creek Way and Spring Village Drive, both on the left and the right side where you see those curved Green Spring signs. Then that work is going to continue through the community. You can see beds planted at the four-way stop on both the left, straight ahead, and on the left and right as you enter the campus. Work will continue at each of the clubhouses. Some of those beds have fresh annuals planted, and we aren't going to revamp those beds until the repositioning work is done. So we don't want to plant it and then have it torn up by repositioning. But look for that. So if you're out walking, breathing in some of the fresh air after you've been indoors for so long, please take that in and enjoy it. It's really exciting. There you see some pictures. That's actually at the four-way stop, and there are some beautiful hydrangeas there, one of my favorites, and you can see them coming into bloom. Along with plantings that are going on, we've continued our irrigation repair. We do have areas where, because of construction, irrigation may not be working. If you have a particular concern, please let us know. We have an ongoing list of where we need repairs and assistance. That could be with your hose bib at your apartment or the irrigation perhaps near your apartment. We'll also continue in areas where maybe the turf needs to be redone. So you'll see some of that work continuing as we're able to do a little bit more and have more of our vendors here on campus in the coming months. But for now, enjoy what is there. And we thank you for your partnership. Again, I thank you for the signs and the encouragement you give the staff who are coming in every day to be here and make sure that we keep everyone safe and well. We appreciate that and look forward to seeing you in and around campus. That's all I have from General Services for now. So enjoy the rest of your day.